What's up, guys? Welcome to Shop Talk, the business side. We got a great topic today, one that I think will get quite a bit of views and maybe even some comments for us. But today we're going to talk about tech pay, so technician pay. And this is mostly lighting company related, but it's really service based company related as well. We're going to talk about how I did it and maybe some shortfalls that I had coming up through it as well. But basically, there's three different types of pay for your technicians. One is hourly. Most guys are doing this. So this is just your straight paying the guys hourly. And then there's salary where the guys get a specific set of money for that week, whether they work 20 hours or 40 hours or whatever it is. And then there's performance pay, which really intrigues me. But that's where the technicians will get paid based on the performance for that day, the production for that day. So let's jump into this and kind of how I did it. So when I first started, I had basically all of our technicians were hourly, and that's how most guys are doing it. Paid, 15 to 30 bucks an hour or whatever it is, based on where you are in the country or what level of technician that they are, right? And what I noticed was when guys were on the job site and get paid by the hour, they act like they're getting paid by the hour, right? If a job takes 4 hours, but they got 8 hours in a workday, that 4 hour job is going to take 8 hours. That's just the way it goes. And so I wanted to try and figure out a way to speed job sites up and things like that. And I always ran a two-man truck. So what I ended up doing that was really effective for me is had competing agendas on a job site. And what I mean by that is I had our technicians, tech level 1, 2, and 3, and I had lead technicians, lead 1, lead 2, lead 3, based on their hierarchy and training and all of that kind of stuff. Well, I never put a lead with a lead. I always had a lead technician with one of our regular technicians. And so all of our regular technicians were hourly employees and all our lead technicians were salaried employees. And what that did was it made competing agendas on the job site. What I mean by that is our lead technicians that are leading the job are trying to get the job finished as quickly as possible because they get paid no matter what happens at the job, right? If they can get off 2 hours early that day, they get off 2 hours early that day versus the hourly guys that are trying to stretch that out. And so when the lead guys are pushing the hourly guys, then you really have a manager on job site all day, every day without having to ask for one, which is really good. That competing agenda helps speed up the job site. And it's not necessarily speeding it up. It just gets rid of the wasted time, the standing around and all of that kind of stuff. Now, one thing that I tried to figure out when I was running the businesses and never really got figured out quite right, but I would love for someone to teach me how to do this, is performance pay. Now, there are some industries that it works easily where guys are doing things the same way every single day. But in the lighting industry, no 2 days are alike. And that's what makes performance pay kind of tough. So, like one day, you guys might be running a service truck all day, and that truck might bring back 2 or 3 thousand bucks and they get paid on that performance versus the next day they've got a $20,000 install to do, they bring back $20,000. Those 2 days had full days work in them, but they just did not have relative costs for each other. And so that's why performance pay for me failed along the way. Now, one thing I did do very well was creating a sales structure. So even though I had hourly techs and salary lead techs that had competing agendas, everyone had the one goal that we were moving towards, which was our weekly sales goal. So let's say our weekly sales goal was $30,000. This location had to do 30 grand a week in order to hit our sales goal. Then the entire company was set on a bonus structure where if we hit that goal, everyone at the end of the week got a cash bonus. And that was awesome because it created camaraderie where everyone was working together to meet a goal. It was so awesome when I'd come in the mornings and our technicians and our lead technicians would be talking about how close we were to bonus that week. They'd say like, hey guys, we're only $3,000 from being able to hit our bonus this week. You're going to Miss Johnson's house. I know she has some trees over here that we need to add. You're going to Miss Smith's house. I know that we can do this kind of stuff over here. They're trying to figure out ways to make more money so that they can hit that bonus. And I make a big deal of us hitting that weekly sales bonus together. So that's how I did that. I also paid a commission, 5% across the board, and I didn't nickel and dime the commission. If they brought back those dollars, then I paid that commission. It was all part of how I priced the jobs anyway. So I was able to um, create competing agendas at the job site. That's how we became more efficient. And then I brought everybody, the team camaraderie, back together by doing the bonus and commission structure. So that's what I did as far as tech pay is concerned. I'd love to hear anyone who's got performance pay figured out. That would be awesome. I'd love to be able to teach and implement that across some of our Redwoods Pro install partners. By the way, Redwoods Pro install partners get this kind of information every single day. They have direct line to me and my staff who help out and make their businesses better, not just light fixtures, but their entire businesses. So if there's anything we can do for you, become a Redwoods Pro install partner today, and we'd love to help. Thank you.